Keegan Bradley unveils U.S. Ryder Cup picks as America targets glory at Bethpage Black. The countdown to one of golf's greatest battles just got even more exciting. United States Ryder Cup captain Keegan Bradley has officially named his 6 captain's picks for the 2025 Ryder Cup, adding firepower and experience to a team determined to reclaim the trophy on home soil at Bethpage Black, New York, September 23rd to 28th. Bradley confirmed Sam Burns, Patrick Cantlay, Ben Griffin, Collin Morikawa, Justin Thomas, and Cameron Young will join the 6 automatic qualifiers: Scotty Scheffler, J.J. Spaun, Xander Schauffele, Russell Henley, Harris English, and Bryson DeChambeau, to complete the U.S. roster. "I am immensely proud to select these 6 players," Bradley said. "Together with our qualifiers, the team has a powerful mix of veterans and rookies. Each brings unique strengths that will be vital in our quest to reclaim the cup at Bethpage Black." The captain's picks. Sam Burns, 29, returns for his 2nd Ryder Cup, armed with elite putting stats and 6 top 10 finishes in 2025. Patrick Cantlay, 33, a Ryder Cup veteran, 5-2-1 record, bringing match play dominance and consistent top finishes. Ben Griffin, 29, breakout star of 2025, with 2 wins and 10 top 10s, making his Ryder Cup debut. Collin Morikawa, 28, 2-time major champion and proven Ryder Cup performer with a 4-3-1 career record. Justin Thomas, 32, the team's most experienced player, 4th Ryder Cup, boasting a 7-4-2 record and a victory at the RBC Heritage this season. Cameron Young, 28, rookie with local ties, fresh off his first PGA Tour win and a strong late-season surge. With Scheffler, Schauffele, and DeChambeau leading the charge, the U.S. team heads into Bethpage Black stacked with both proven champions and hungry rookies ready to shine. The stage is now set for an electric 45th Ryder Cup, as Bradley's Americans aim to wrestle back the trophy and ignite the New York crowds in what promises to be an unforgettable showdown. Part 2. Keegan Bradley vs. Rory McIlroy Ryder Cup clash. Keegan Bradley bites back at Rory McIlroy after Ryder Cup captaincy debate. The Ryder Cup drama didn't end with Keegan Bradley naming his 6 captain's picks. It escalated further as the U.S. captain responded to Rory McIlroy's stinging remarks about his decision not to include himself in the playing squad. Bradley, who unveiled his 12-man Team USA roster for Bethpage Black earlier this week, has dismissed McIlroy's claims that being a playing captain in modern Ryder Cups is silly and unrealistic. The American skipper had been tipped to select himself after winning the Travelers' Championship earlier this summer, but instead opted to remain in a non-playing role, a move that fueled debate across the golf world. Since 1963, when Arnold Palmer famously led as a playing captain, no one has attempted to juggle both roles. Bradley admitted he considered it but ultimately chose to focus on leadership duties. McIlroy, expected to play a key role for Team Europe in New York, insisted he would never accept a dual role when asked about the possibility of captaining Europe in future. "The Ryder Cup is too big now. You just can't do both," he said. Bradley, however, was quick to brush aside McIlroy's input, hinting that Europe's star may be stirring the pot ahead of the September Showdown. "People can say what they want. I know what's best for this team. My job is to give these 12 guys the best chance to win at Bethpage." The back and forth adds extra spice to what is already shaping up to be one of the most intense Ryder Cups in history. Keegan Bradley hits back at Rory McIlroy as Ryder Cup mind games begin ahead of Bethpage Black. The 2025 Ryder Cup build-up has already ignited with a war of words between U.S. captain Keegan Bradley and European star Rory McIlroy. Bradley has hit back at what he described as silly and unnecessary comments from McIlroy, after the Northern Irishman questioned whether the American should have made himself a playing captain for this year's clash at Bethpage Black in New York. The drama comes just 24 hours after Bradley confirmed his 12-man U.S. team, unveiling his 6 captain's picks to join the 6 automatic qualifiers. While the announcement was well received, much of the conversation quickly shifted to Bradley's decision not to pick himself despite his superb form this season. The controversy: playing captains in modern Ryder Cups. The Ryder Cup has not seen a playing captain since the legendary Arnold Palmer in 1963, when he led Team USA to victory. Back then, the tournament was a smaller, less media-heavy affair, and balancing both duties was challenging but achievable. Fast forward to 2025, and the Ryder Cup has become one of the biggest sporting spectacles on the planet, with millions tuning in worldwide, huge sponsorship deals, and immense pressure on both captains. Bradley, who has enjoyed one of his strongest years on the PGA Tour, highlighted by victory at the Travelers Championship, was considered a serious candidate to break tradition. Yet, when the time came, he chose not to insert himself into the lineup. That decision sparked debate, with McIlroy adding fuel by insisting a playing captain was not only a bad idea, but impossible given the demands of modern Ryder Cup leadership. The Ryder Cup is too big now. You just can't do both, McIlroy explained earlier this summer. If you said it 20 years ago, maybe. But with everything on the line now, the captain has so many responsibilities behind the scenes. If you're also playing, you're limiting the team because you can't give it your all in either role. McIlroy's perspective on 2027 and beyond. McIlroy himself is widely expected to take on a future European captaincy role, potentially in 2027, when the Ryder Cup heads to Udderre Manor in Ireland. However, at age 38, he has already ruled out ever being a playing captain. He believes the captain's role has evolved into a full-time job, including team preparation, pairing strategy, handling media commitments, and acting as the public face of the team throughout the week. The captain's only going to be able to play one session on Friday and one on Saturday at best. Would you not rather have a player who can go out twice if he's hot? I just don't think you can split yourself in that position, McIlroy argued. His comments, though measured, were seen by many in the golf world as a subtle jab at Bradley, suggesting the American even considering the role for himself would have been misguided. Bradley responds, "I know what's best for this team." Bradley wasted no time firing back, making it clear he has little interest in McIlroy's opinion. Speaking after the team announcement, the 39-year-old captain shrugged off the comments and instead emphasized his focus on delivering victory for Team USA. "People can say what they want," Bradley said firmly. "I know what's best for this team, and my job is to give these 12 guys the best chance to win at Bethpage. That's where my energy is going." For Bradley, this Ryder Cup carries extra significance. He has not played in the event since 2014, narrowly missing out on selection in recent years despite being in strong form. Now, instead of competing, he will lead the charge from the sidelines, a role he insists he is embracing with pride. The psychology of the Ryder Cup mind games already underway. McIlroy's remarks may not just be about practicality. Many insiders believe the comments represent the opening shots in the Ryder Cup's psychological battle, where words and perceptions can be just as important as putts and drives. Historically, Ryder Cups have been shaped as much by confidence, unity, and pressure as by pure talent. By questioning Bradley's decision-making so early, McIlroy may be seeking to plant seeds of doubt in the American camp. The U.S., however, has every reason to be confident. With world number 1 Scottie Scheffler, Olympic champion Xander Schauffele, and a mix of Ryder Cup veterans like Justin Thomas and debutants such as Ben Griffin, Bradley has assembled one of the strongest American teams in years. Europe watching closely. Meanwhile, Team Europe is finalizing its own preparations under Luke Donald, though many expect this to be his last stint as captain. With McIlroy, Jon Rahm, and Viktor Hovland leading the way, Europe will not lack firepower. But Europe also faces a challenge, defending their home victory in Rome 2023 against a U.S. team desperate to reclaim the trophy on home soil. The Bethpage Black crowd, notoriously loud and partisan, is expected to give Team USA a significant edge. Conclusion: rivalry heating up early. The Ryder Cup is still weeks away, but the tension is already simmering. McIlroy's criticism and Bradley's sharp response have injected fresh drama into golf's most storied rivalry. As the countdown to Bethpage continues, fans can expect more mind games, more verbal jousting, and more storylines to build the anticipation. Whether Bradley's decision to stay off the course was wise or not remains to be seen, but one thing is certain. This Ryder Cup is already shaping up to be one of the most fiery contests in modern history. Loudspeaker love Ryder Cup drama and big golf victories? Don't miss a moment of the action. Subscribe now for the latest updates, exclusive insights, and live coverage from Bethpage Black. Question for you. Do you think Keegan Bradley made the right call by not picking himself as a playing captain? Options. White heavy check mark yes, it shows leadership, cross mark no, he should play thinking face not sure.